we are all so fortunate to have with us people who care about this, and those people are you. And I am just over the moon thrilled to see how many people are here today. We energize each other, we support each other, and this is what it takes to have the proper things done in our province. Thank you. I am introducing to you now Marie Lynn Hammond, a local singer and songwriter who has prepared several really neat songs for us to learn and to sing. And one of them is a 4-line round that was done during a protest in Temigami back in the 90s. The other song that you're going to hear and learn the chorus to is a song that Marie Lynn has prepared for us for today. And so here's Marie Lynn Hammond.
Thank you, thank you. I'm going to teach the 4-line song in the Temagami round. I wrote during the Mike Harris years to sing outside at a protest, so I didn't want to have to play guitar. So it's just 4 lines, and it's a cappella. We could try to do it as a round, but maybe a bit hard here. So it's just speak it with me first. If we lose this forest, if we savage the land, we might as well be cutting off our own right hand. For we and the earth are one. Under the moon, under the sun. All right, so I'm going to sing it slowly, and hopefully you'll pick it up. If we lose this forest, if we savage the land. Just try that. If we lose this forest, if we savage the land, we might as well be cutting off our own right hand. We might as well be cutting off our own right hand. For we and the earth are one. For we and the earth are one. Under the moon, under the sun, under the moon, under the sun. Now all together. If we lose this forest, if we savage the land, we might as well be cutting off our own right hand. For we and the earth are one. Under the moon, under the sun.
If we lose this forest, if we savage the land, we might as well be cutting off our own right hand. For we and the earth are one. Under the moon, under the sun.
Why is this important to you?
Well, these protection of the green belt, the Oak Ridge Moraine. Oak Ridge Moraine was 2002, 20 years ago, was put in place to protect these lands from development. And so what the Ford government's trying to do now is just push right in, push his weight around, and destroy all these lands in the Greenbelt area. We had a meeting in Toronto this week, and Rickford told us, he's the Minister of Indigenous Affairs, that they're going to swap wetlands. So how the heck do you swap wetlands? You know, there's species at risk, there's the turtles, you know, different animals, you know, like, it don't make sense. So, but again, there's no consultation taking place with nobody. The municipalities, as you know, just had their elections, so there's a lot of new councillors. They don't know what the Greenlands are even about, or the Oak Ridges Moraine, so they weren't even brought up to steam. And here we are already second reading, I believe, right now. They're trying to push this right through, you know, so they don't have to consult. And the Minister of the Environment, they're going to be bypassing him too, you know, for assessments and on the land. What are they doing? You know, we got to protect our water, all that stuff. You know, it's just don't make sense.
It's one of those ones, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, like you said, it right off the hop, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it don't make sense. And You know, we have the bridge going, or the new highway being planned, 413 in Vaughan. Again, that's going to be destroying land, such as the 407 did. You'll never get that back again, you know, for future generations. And then the Ring of Fire up north, the chief's crying that, because Ford said he'd be the first on a dozer going in there. They don't want Ford up there. That's the bottom line, right? And they won't let him go in there either, so a lot of things going on.
So there's going to be, this isn't going to, by the number of people here, this isn't, there's solidarity in this.
That's right. It's a great turnout, and it is great to see so many people being involved on this important issue. So, you know, as they said, they're trying to push it through without a fight, so they're getting a fight, so hopefully they'll stop.
Destructive bill. Okay, I'm going to pass this over to Bruce.
We're going to get to the song, but thank you all for coming out to save the green belt and support our conservation authorities. I just want to say a word about the timing of this bill. I can't believe this provincial government was so shameful to bring a bill that's just doing so much damage to municipal planning departments. They brought it in right after a municipal election when the municipal governments are not sitting. The governments are not able to express their voice and send letters to the government. That clearly was a planned activity to come in under the radar. But we have seen that. The people are seeing this. We need to let this provincial government know this is not acceptable. This is shameful.
Violation of democracy. Everything else covered in the song. Yeah, introduce. Let's put them mildly. This government.
She's singing her own song. Okay. Next on the program, we have Shannon Linton, who's going to lead us in another song.
All right, folks, so I've got a song here, and if you could join me, the chorus would be this. Don't let them tell you it can't be done. Try that. Don't let them tell you it can't be done. Don't let them stop you till the battle's won. Don't let them stop you till the battle's won. And then it's repetitive. Don't let them tell you it can't be done. Don't let them tell you it can't be done. We've only just begun. Alright. I believe you can imagine more than the world unfolding right outside your front door. I believe you know a better way if you trust yourself more than what these politicians say. This is how it started, and this is how it's going, and this is how it's always been. And there's no time left for losing. There's no time left to wait. There's no time for second chances. There's no time to hesitate. Here we go. Don't let them tell you it can't be done. Don't let them stop you till the battle's won. Don't let them tell you it can't be done. We've only just begun. Louder, this is how it started, and this is how it's going, and this is how it's always been. And there's no time left for losing. There's no time left to wait. There's no time for second chances. There's no time to hesitate. Here we go.
Thank you, Shannon Linton, wonderful suffering songwriter. Thank you so much. That's great. Also, our thanks to Danny Mann. Also, thank you to Marie Lynn Hammond, Linton, and others who are attending today. We I've got a couple of questions to ask you. Is that okay? Okay. Is David going to become aware of our protest today?
David's already aware of the protest. Unfortunately, he has previous minister duties that he's at today, but definitely aware of it.
Okay. Is he aware of, and is he going to read the submissions that have been made to the standing committee?
Yeah, of course. Our government's aware of the submissions, and we're going through the typical process with the standing committee.
Okay, so David will be reading all of the submissions to the standing committee?
I mean, I can't speak for if he's going to read every single submission, but I know that our government's looking carefully, and we're considering all public feedback.
Okay, it's really important that he reads the Canadian Environmental Law Association submission. That is key. It's also very important that he reads the submission provided by the by Ontario Nature.
I'm just going to write these
Sure.
down, and I'll mention
Yes.
you mentioned
Yeah.
it myself. So the Law Association, and what was the
No, the Canadian Environmental Law Association,
Yep.
CELA. The other one is Ontario Nature.
Yeah.
The other one is the Ontario Municipalities, the Association of Ontario Municipalities.
For sure, and I'll mention that to myself.
Okay, and I mean, there's more. Okay. We meet, Northumberland Blue Dot meets with David on a regular basis. And he's been very great at listening to us, but there's so much to talk about on Bill 23. If he would like to meet with us, because we're his constituents, that would be great when he gets back, into the riding. And we would really appreciate talking to him about this. But we also want him to see that his constituents care about this, and that's why they're here. And the organizations that we have that are represented here today are very, very concerned about this, about so many aspects about Bill 23 and the policy statements surrounding that. So we have here the Blue Dot Northumberland, we have the Seniors Climate Action Now, we have Sustainable Cobourg, we have the Council of Canadians, we have Port Hope Save Our Trees, we have the Northumberland Association for Social Justice, we have Community Power Northumberland. So there are a lot of people and organizations who care about the environment and whose sole concern is about protecting our environment for us and for our children and our grandchildren. So we really need to make sure that David hears what we have to say.
Of course, yeah, happy. Do you mind if I give you our office's email, and if you send us?
I have it. I have it. Yeah.
So if you mind sending email, unfortunately our schedule, Heather is out sick today, but happy to look at scheduling a meeting when you
Yeah. Okay. Yes, we will do that.
For sure.
But time is of the essence, and that's the problem when David is over at Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt, at COP27, and he's not here. And this government has given us 30 days to respond. The ERO, submissions are due on December 4th. The standing committee's submissions were due yesterday. They gave us until yesterday at 7 p.m. So if this government really wants to hear what the people have to say, you have to give us more than 30 days. So the timing of this legislation was really, really strategic so that the public didn't have an opportunity to respond in a fulsome and a reasonable way. So the submissions there are the best that people could do in the very, very short period of time that they had. And that's offensive as well. So anyway, you've heard what I had to say. Please tell David, and we look forward to speaking with him if there's any time to do so.
Yeah, no, okay. Send that request and we'll try to set something up. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Take care.
Tell me about what's going on today in short, what's going on today.
Okay, this is a rally to protest Bill 23, which is taking land protected in the Greenbelt out for residential and other types of development. This is also protecting the Oak Ridges Marine Conservation Plan and our Natural Heritage System Plan so that the government doesn't start to use those protected properties for development, to stop urban sprawl, and to stop the government from taking the power away from our conservation authorities who assist our municipal governments in their planning and land use control decisions.
You just talked to Representative MPP Piccini's office. The minister wasn't available, but I mean, what are your thoughts after speaking with the representative?
Of course, they will listen to us. They have to listen to us. We're constituents, and that's what they're obligated to do. But the reality is that, notwithstanding those meetings that we have, the only way that we're going to get this legislation, the negative aspects of it withdrawn, is with peaceful public protest, because that's the only way they really listen to us.
One of your big things was this was pushed through. This bill is being pushed through.
Yes.
Like there was no time. You said in there that there was no time for people to even respond, I guess.
Right. Typically, the legislation that affects the environment has to go to the environmental registry for anywhere from 30 to 90 days to give the public an opportunity to make submissions about that proposed legislation. This legislation was so far-reaching and affected so many aspects of our environment, and we were given 30 days to respond, and that is just outrageous. Also, this legislation was announced right when the CUPE problems were in existence with the teaching assistants and so on the Friday before the long weekend. So that in itself is suspect. And the community also has the opportunity to make submissions to the standing committee. This legislation went from first reading to second reading to committee, lickety-split. We only had until yesterday to make submissions to the standing committee on this legislation. So the truncation of that opportunity to give public input is severely reduced, and clearly the government doesn't want to hear from us.
If we savage the land, we might as well be cutting off our own right hand. For we are number one under the moon, under the sun, under the moon, under the sun, under the moon.